In Parashat Vayechi, we have the source of the blessing that parents give their children, their sons, on Friday night. Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim Menashe. May you be like Ephraim and Menashe. And it's very strange. Why specifically Ephraim and Menashe? Why are we blessing our kids to be like them? Why not Moshe and Aaron? The question becomes even stronger when you contrast it with the blessing given to girls. Yisimech Elohim Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, like the imahot, like our matriarchs. May you be like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. Why, if we're blessing our girls to be like the matriarchs, like our imahot, wouldn't it make more sense to bless our sons to be like the avot, like Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? And the question comes even stronger when we say, every day we're supposed to ask ourselves, when will my actions be equal to the actions of my forefathers? And so that's the goal that I'm supposed to have for myself. Why is the goal that we have for our kids, that they should be like Ephraim and Menashe, very different to the goals that we have for ourselves? And an answer I heard is that what's unique about Ephraim and Menashe is they were raised in Egypt, in an environment which was spiritually corrupt. And yet, despite being raised in such an environment, they were still able to maintain their values and their sense of who they were and their Jewishness. They were able to do that despite the challenging environment. In that way, it's a perfect parallel to the imahot, because unlike, say, Yitzchak and Yaakov, who were raised in very holy environments, the imahot in the house of Lavan, they were not raised in the most perfect environment at all, and yet still they came out as very good, true people. So that way, Ephraim and Menashe are the perfect parallel to the imahot. Perhaps the reason that, there's this very big difference between my own aspirations of trying to be like, my actions should be equal to my forefathers, and the aspirations that I have for my kids is to perhaps this is to remind parents on Friday night that it's not my goal that my kids should be like Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. That's not my goal or responsibility. It's not my goal to make my kids be the Gadol Hador, to win a Nobel Prize, to be a doctor, lawyer. At the end of the day, my kids are always going to choose their own path, and that's something I have to accept. The greatest achievement a parent can have is when they raise kids who are true to their values, independent of who they are. And this reminder, where we're saying Ephraim and Menashe specifically on Friday night, reminds parents that we're not trying to forge their own path. We're trying to let them forge their own path. The only thing that we need to try and supply them on the way is that they should be like Ephraim and Menashe, people who can be true to themselves and true to their values, independent of whatever is going on around them.